Welcome to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be having a look at Ethereum. We've just hit the certain target area we're looking for. Now we need to see what happens for further confirmation of the moves. Let's get into the price action. So what we were talking about previously was looking at this potentially as an A wave, looking for a B wave as a triangle, and then looking for this continuation to the downside as a C wave. So that typical area we're looking for was this 1-to-1 at the 1612. Now, because of the fact that we've actually had a rejection of this zone, I'm waiting to see whether we get a confirmation. Now, really, confirmation of this as a triangle would only come by taking out this D wave and this B wave low. So that would be this 1785 and this 1806, respectively. And the problem that I have with them, this is the current structure that we have. Potentially we could argue this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. This is a three-wave move, 1, 2. This would become 3, 4, and then we've had a bit of an extension in this fifth wave to complete into this E wave high. Now, this is possible. This could just be a three-wave move here, but really, until we actually take these lows again, we need to just be aware that this could still look to break to the upside some more. So the other way we were talking about this, if we do actually move up here and take this C wave high of this 1939 and this A wave high of this 1964, what we could see is that actually from further back here, this is just a more corrective move as a W and X, and then we're going to see a bigger Y wave to the upside. So this is something we need to just be aware of. Really, the rejection area for a B wave is anywhere from this 2063 to this 1964. So as long as we're below this zone, we do still have that potential to get a rejection and break to the downside. Now, the idea of this is looking for a deeper retracement, looking towards the 1612 area as a potential 1-to-1 if this is an A, B, and a C. This would actually bring us back into the support zone here. It would actually look to bring us into this golden pocket area, which is the 1624 to the 1601. This would also bring us back into this previous swing low here. So this would be an interesting little area if we do actually look to back test this area of support that we had here. So we'll have to keep an eye on it and see if we actually start to break down in a bigger way. It potentially could start here, but if this is the case, what we would expect is to actually maintain this high of this 1918. If we start to break back above this, this potentially means, we're going to look to invalidate this as a triangle in this manner. So we just need to be a little bit cautious of this move in that case. Now, another thing that we cannot quite rule out yet is the idea that from further back here, I'm just going to turn these off for a second. From further back here, what we could have had was that idea of that expanding diagonal pattern. Now, if we have something like this, we have been talking about this. It's not my primary expectation, but it is still technically possible. If we have actually completed a Y wave low into this area here, what we could be looking for is actually starting a bigger third wave to the upside, which would actually look to take us towards 2,720 to this 2,347 area. Now, if we do get a bigger five-wave structure to the upside here, what we would then be looking at is the potential that we're actually starting to extend out here. This would become a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then from further back here, we'd be looking at this potentially as another 1, 2, which would mean that what we would start to do is hit all these key targets for this bigger move as looking at it as a bigger impulse that's extending. So we need to just obviously this is going to take some time and nothing's going to go in straight lines. So we need to just be aware, but we're still looking for that potential for as long as we really hold this low point here, which is sitting at this 1688 area. So now, if we are looking to break up here, what would we be expecting to see happen with the price action? So we're going to go over that now. So basically what we'd be looking for is that potentially we have this as a 1 and this as a flat as a 2. What we'd be looking for is the potential to move up here towards this zone of this 2068 as a third wave. What we'd want to see here is basically see this move extend up. Now, there's a couple of ways that I'll be looking at this. There is potential that we could have something like a diagonal playing out here, or we could actually just be extending within these waves. So we're going to go over that. So this is going to be our main target if we're looking for that bullish potential, 2068. Now, the way this would happen would be, I was looking at it potentially like this initially, and for the most part, it's not, we can still potentially argue that we have something like this, where this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'd be looking for a deeper retracement, which our support zone would actually be lower down here towards the 1860 to this 1829. Now, this would be not my favorite way of counting this move. It would make more sense rather if this is becoming a bigger impulse, that it is rather happening in one of these two ways we're going to go over next. Now, it could be the fact that we have a diagonal pattern playing out here. What we have is this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to the upside. Now, if this is the case, there's two things that I'm looking out for. We can't cross this 1876 line, which we haven't so far on this retracement to the downside. And the secondary thing is that we would not be allowed to move higher than this 1956. This is just one of the rules of the diagonal patterns. So it's a key, an interesting area here would actually be this 0.618 of this third wave here, which would be this 1927. So if we do get a three-wave move to the upside, something like this, because now we've actually had this overlap with this wave one here. I was looking at this earlier, but we hadn't had this overlap yet. So now it's technically possible as long as we don't break down, past this 1876 area. Otherwise, it doesn't follow the rules of the diagonal. Now, what we want to see here is basically a five-wave or three-wave move to the upside. So 5 waves, 3 waves down, another 5 waves to the upside, and not looking to break this zone of this 1956. Like I said, this 0.618 could be quite an interesting area, obviously challenging some of these key highs here if it does look to extend up a little bit higher than that. But this is what I'm going to be looking out for here. A 3 wave move to the upside could then set us up for that potential of this all being a wave one here, or wave C, depending on how we want to look at it. That's the danger. Is as a diagonal like this could actually be a C wave as well. So this could be A, B, C, and then we break down. So it's going to be key. If we want to look for that bullish potential here, and we do form a diagonal here, what we'd want to see is a 3 wave move to the downside, and we'd actually want to hold support above. I'm just going to go to that 0.618 above this 1832 area. So if we fail to hold this, potentially this would mean that actually we're going to start to see this breakdown. So we need to see how this plays out. Obviously, we have had a rejection of that triangle area, which is my primary expectation, but I am still keeping an eye on this just in case we do start to extend to the upside directly. Now, the other way that this could potentially happen is something like this, where we start to extend, where we have some ones and twos that are coiling up here. And basically, what this would mean is, if I just change the color of this one here, what this would mean is we are within this green third wave here. So what we'd be looking for a confirmation of this count would be basically looking to actually hold this 1858, and then looking to see whether we get a bigger 5 wave move up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards us 1977. If we do get a 5 wave move up towards 1977, what this could mean is that this is our third wave in here. We have a fourth, and then we're looking for that fifth wave up. That target area would typically be this $2,000 area to this 1986. Then from there, what we'd have to see is whether we get these additional fourths and fifths to the upside, which could push us, significantly higher here. It all depends on exactly where these structures come in and where they complete. I can put in the target zones for these, but it's not really worth it because what we can get is extensions within these waves, and then those target zones are not met. But the idea would be, for as long as we keep continuing to, hold this previous fourth wave low zone, what we could do is actually see continuation to the upside and, see this actually play out in a bigger wave here. Looking for that, that target zone, which we talked about in the breakout, which was this area of this 2068. So that's pretty much how we would get up there if it does actually develop like that. But like I said, at the moment, I am still looking for that downside potential here, looking for this to come back down one more time here. The only way that I'd really start to think differently is if we do start to break back above these highs here, in which case it would, it would start to fit rather that impulsive move. We'll have to see, if we start to get these extensions in here, then it becomes likely that we're going to actually have a bigger 5 wave move from further back here, where this becomes, wave one, two, and then now we're starting to extend out in that bigger third wave. So this is what we need to just be cautious of in this move to the upside here, is that it could look to start exploding out here, but really, we need to get back above these invalidation points for this triangle, which would be this 1964 area. We need to get back above there, and then really, just for more confidence that we aren't actually just going to reject down, I'd want to see a move back above this 2063 and seeing us starting to find support and consolidating above this area, looking to move away from here, getting above this zone of consolidation as well. So that's what we've been looking for there. Now, we also discussed that potential of, a bigger sell-off to the downside, which is still technically possible. So we need to be cautious of that fact. For as long as we actually fail to start taking, first this 1939 and this high here of this 1964, we need to also just be cautious of the fact that we could have a bigger breakdown here where we have something like this playing out. So we've actually come up and we've been rejected off this 0.786. So there's a couple of bearish potential here, options here rather, and there is also some bullish potential here. So we need to see how the waves react. We need to just be a little bit patient. Really, the invalidation for this would be coming back above this 1939. But even then, what I would be looking out for is the potential to come back into this trend, this channel line here, and then possibly from there get a reaction to the downside. So we'll have to keep an eye on these areas, and see exactly how this plays out. This would be towards this 1969 to sort of this 1955. So basically retesting some of these highs. Um, if we fail to actually get back above, then we start to break down in a bigger way. A target we're going to be looking for is either this 1-to-1, which would be just a three-wave move to the downside, which would then bring us to the 1764. But if it becomes a bigger impulse, we'd be looking to target out this 1688 area as a 1.618, and then looking for this extension to the downside. Now, the reason this would be quite a dangerous thing is that if this is the case, what we could have is something more like this, where basically from here we have a 1-2, another 1-2 here, 1-2, and then actually what this would mean is that we're in the blue third wave currently, which would be actually looking to target out lower down here towards this 1663 area. So we're going to have to see if we start to break down in a bigger way, it could indicate that we are in a bigger five-way structure like this, and that could then mean that uh, either this is completed already here and this was just a flatch in here, and then we're not starting to break down in a bigger way, or alternatively, we could just be in this in an extension here. Now, the thing we have to be careful of is a move down past this zone of this 1517. If we start to break down below this area, we need to be cautious that from back here, this could become 1-2, and then this would be a bigger third wave. We'd look for a fourth and a fifth. So this is why, if we want to talk about bullish potential, we really want to stay above this 1517 area if we do start to break down in a bigger way. There is obviously quite a lot of support here in terms of horizontal support. We do also have this bottom channel line here, which could give us support, bottom trend line rather, with these lows. And then further down, we do still have a channel line, which potentially we could find support lower down towards 1355 sort of area. So we'll have to keep an eye on it as it plays out. But these are just some of the things that I'm currently looking out for. So really, as long as we actually hold this low of this 1858, there is still potential, to move up one more time. If we start to become impulsive to the upside, we need to just be careful, that it could be developing into that bigger breakout. And what that could mean is that we're starting to get, bigger extension to the upside here. But we'd have to be cautious with this count because it's always, when we're counting ones and twos like this, we need to just be cautious that we actually get the follow through. What I'd want to see here, if this is a case, because this is a flat, would be quite a strong, violent move to the upside here, looking to take out this 1977 area. So we have to just be a little bit patient, see exactly how it plays out, and go from there. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out, it's free to join. As well as that, you'll find affiliate links for both Primex, BT, and BYBIT down there. Both great exchanges we use on a regular basis. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone, have a great day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.